Okay, so this is going to be a really quick tutorial on how I use the radial brush to um, add some light and draw attention to my subject in photos. So here's my finished photo. I have already put the radial brush on it, and I am just going to pull it up here and show you where it is by turning it off. So you can see that I basically just have a shaft of light coming from where the sun is and falling on me in the photo, which really draws your attention to it. Um, so I can delete this real quick and draw it again so that you guys know how to do this. So I have chosen the dodge and have the exposure at plus 25, and now I'm going to invert the mask so that everything is inside of the radial brush rather than outside, or inside of my little circle rather than outside. And now I want to make sure that it's coming from the same direction, or so that it looks realistic. So I'm angling it so that it's coming from the sun and following the directions of the rays that are already in the photo. So that looks okay, but I actually want to brighten it a little bit more so that you can see me a little bit more. And now I'm going to feather it. Actually, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, I'll feather a little bit more and pull it open a little bit more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So here we can see the before and after again, before and after. And you can see that you really have your attention drawn to me a lot more, but it still looks very subtle and doesn't look like it was added in. I also use the radial brush to decrease your attention on other parts of the picture. So here, let's pull up our radial brush again and turn off the radial brush. So what I did in this one is I darkened this wall here because it was much too bright and I didn't like it. And I also had another radial brush around both me and my reflection so that I could draw attention to it and make all of the other things go away. So here, if we turn it on again and get rid of this one, you can see that it's a tall radial brush I just basically used burn on. And it was really just to darken this here. And this one is another burn that was a lot heavier to darken everything else out. So let's do this again, pull it open, go to burn, and this time we actually don't want it inverted because we want to burn everything outside of the brush, not everything inside. So let's do something like that, and feather a little bit more and bring the exposure down. So if you bring the exposure down a lot, you can see what you're actually going to get, and then fix it. So I'm going to reduce the feathering a little bit and bring the exposure back up. And that looks about like what I want. And this is still distracting me, so I'm going to pull my radial brush again. Oops, sorry. And basically just draw a nice big circle. And this time I do want to invert it because I want it inside. You can see how that just, I probably want to bring down the highlights actually a little bit too. Yeah. And feather a little bit more. You can see how that really brings the focus to the subject of the photo, which is myself and the reflection. Turning it off and turning it back on. So it's super simple. But I like using the radial brush more than the adjustment brush usually because it's easier to get a really nice gradual fade and you don't get like the wobble from your mouse. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope that helps.